For generations, we've looked to the heavens and seen a silent red neighbor, Mars. A world of stark, desolate beauty, locked in a deep, frozen slumber. We picture vast, empty deserts under a thin sky, where temperatures plummet and colossal dust storms rage for months. It's a portrait of a dead world, a cosmic relic. But what if we could awaken it? Imagine Mars, not as a barren red desert, but alive. Picture the slow melting of the polar ice caps, releasing trillions of tons of frozen water. First as a trickle, then a torrent, carving ancient riverbeds anew. Watch as this water gathers in vast lowlands, forming shallow seas that shimmer under a gradually thickening sky. As the atmosphere grows denser, the planet begins to hold the sun's warmth. Clouds swirl in a thin pink sky, and temperatures rise enough to support life. The iconic red dust gives way to a deeper, richer soil, perhaps even nurturing the first simple plants brought from Earth. The air itself becomes breathable. Now, imagine the first humans stepping onto this transformed surface. They breathe in the crisp alien air, feeling a gentle Martian breeze. They feel the crunch of damp soil beneath their boots, a sound that signifies not just a landing, but an arrival. This is no longer just a scientific outpost, it's the foundation of a new branch of civilization, a second cradle for humanity. It's a breathtaking vision. But could Mars really become a second home? Or are we about to make a very expensive sandcastle on a planet that wasn't ready for us? The line between a second Eden and a catastrophic failure is razor thin. The journey is fraught with challenges that push the limits of science and ethics. Stay with us, because what we're about to explore might just redefine our future in the cosmos. Today, Mars is a planet of extremes. Temperatures plummet to -80 degrees Celsius, the atmosphere is thin, and liquid water is almost impossible to find. Dust storms sweep across vast plains, and the red soil is rich in iron oxide, giving the planet its rusty glow. Beautiful, yes, but lethal for humans without protection. Could humans really make Mars habitable? The red planet today is a frozen, irradiated desert with an atmosphere 100 times thinner than Earth's, a world fundamentally hostile to life. Yet, despite these colossal challenges, terraforming enthusiasts believe the answer is yes. They envision a multi-generational project to transform this desolate landscape into a second cradle for humanity. The most ambitious plans begin with warming the planet. One leading theory involves vaporizing Mars's polar ice caps, which contain vast quantities of frozen carbon dioxide. By deploying giant orbital mirrors to focus sunlight, or by dusting the poles with dark material to absorb more heat, we could trigger a runaway greenhouse effect. As the CO2 turns to gas, it would thicken the atmosphere, trapping solar radiation and steadily raising the planet's temperature and pressure. But a warmer atmosphere needs water. The solution could come from the outer solar system by redirecting ice-rich comets to impact the planet. A more incremental approach, known as paraterraforming, involves building massive, enclosed domes. These self-contained biospheres would create Earth-like conditions immediately, serving as the first Martian cities, proving grounds for the technologies needed for full planetary transformation. Imagine these domes, full of lush plants, bubbling streams, and humans living in what was once an uninhabitable wasteland. It's a breathtaking vision of a new beginning. Of course, even in this engineered paradise, the daily realities would persist. Someone still has to water those plants, or they might sue you for neglect. Even on a new world, some things never change. At first, the Martian surface is utterly hostile, a frozen desert bathed in sterilizing ultraviolet light. But the first pioneers wouldn't be human. They would be extremophiles, microscopic organisms from Earth, seeded into the regolith. In sheltered lava tubes, radiation-eating fungi and bacteria would begin their silent work, detoxifying the soil. Slowly, genetically engineered lichens and mosses could take hold, clinging to rocks and beginning the generations-long process of producing the first puffs of Martian oxygen. An ecosystem, emerging one cell at a time. For humans, adaptation would be a constant, conscious effort. The one-third gravity, while feeling liberating, is a silent enemy, leaching calcium from bones and weakening the heart. Daily life would involve hours of rigorous, specialized exercise. Outside the heavily shielded, often subterranean habitats, the danger is absolute. With no magnetic field to protect it, the surface is awash in deadly radiation. Then, there are the planet-spanning dust storms. For weeks, the sky turns a dark, hazy red, choking solar panels and testing the limits of our energy reserves and our sanity. And yet, within these fortresses of survival, life would
way. The first plants grown in Martian soil would be more than food. They would be a declaration of victory. A Martian life, whether it's a microbe or a human, would be defined by its resilience. It would be a life stripped to its essentials, demanding a deep, unyielding stubbornness, a stubborn refusal to surrender to the void. It's a quality we recognize, because it's the same spirit that brought us across the stars, a little stubborn, just like us. Humans would need to rethink everything: architecture, energy, and daily routines. Solar power would dominate, wind turbines spin in the thin air, and domed cities become self-sufficient ecosystems. Daily life might feel like camping on steroids, with science fiction turned reality. And yes, even the Martian coffee tastes a bit different. Mars isn't forgiving. Dust storms could last for weeks. Solar flares threaten electronics, and even the thin atmosphere provides little protection from cosmic radiation. Each day is a battle with nature, but that's what makes survival thrilling, in a slightly terrifying way. Centuries later, Mars could become a thriving second home. Plants spread, water cycles stabilize, and humans build civilizations that blend technology with the planet's harsh beauty. A world once hostile transforms into a living, breathing companion to Earth, and we finally learn how to live in harmony, even on a planet that wasn't ours originally. Mars, once a lonely red planet, now teeming with life and human ingenuity. This is the story of survival